All right, welcome back to the second video on I'm definitely not a contractor, but I try. Last video we shortened up my heater here a little bit so that we can get a half wall built, and you're gonna see me, a gold miner, try to build a wall out of wood and stuff. So that'll be fun. What's up, kitty? So, want to be 12 feet. This is a 12-foot 2x4, but it's not a 12-foot 2x4. So I want to cut a little bit off so that when I actually get this built, I can just use 12-foot long pieces of sheetrock, have a little extra, and I'll be hunky-dory. Wow, I just have the fucking dullest blade, which it looks sharp, but it barely wants to go through. See all the frickin' smoke. Smoke alarms are just gonna be going off all goddamn night. So that's dope. All right. Hopefully my other miter saw has a better blade. Oh my god. Oh Lord, these things so heavy. Can blow out my back end. Oh, I can actually stand up again. This thing ain't too heavy when you're not crawling. Good Lord. Get out of the way, dresser. Woo! Fuck me. That's what I was trying to avoid. All right, now the smoke in here has died down thanks to my home-built HEPA fan. Let's see if this one has a better blade on it. Much better, infinitely better. Zero smoke, which was the 4-foot piece. All right, so I don't know if this is the right way to do it with a cut like that, but that's how we're gonna do it. So I know this is exactly 12 feet, and that's, well, I measured 4 feet from the inside of the cut, so this is a little bit longer than 4 feet, but that's okay. That I'm not too awfully picky about, but we'll have a nice big walkway in here and a nice little cozy for the couch. I wasn't originally gonna put this piece in, but there's no joist right underneath where this goes. I didn't want this just kind of being able to teeter back and forth. So I added this piece, just one to kind of block everything in, makes it feel cozy, and also just so that it's got something to lever on. It's gonna be a lot stronger. So I want it to be 4 feet high. You put two 2x4s together. For some reason it comes out to 3 inches because each 2x4 is only 1.5 inches thick. So 4 times 12, that's a number minus 3 is what we're going to be cutting our studs to, and we're all going to center mount them 16 inches apart. So I guess we'll start on that. All right, after marking out all my studs on my bottom boards, we need 14 45-inch studs. I'm going to double check the math on that, remeasure some boards. But that should be it, enough to get us our wall. And I can start putting in outlets and boxes, and that outlet's gonna go away. And the wires underneath are gonna go up underneath the floor into this wall and give us an outlet for each end table. So it should be pretty slick. I'll get back to you when I'm done cutting studs. We got 12 studs cut, which is pretty cool. Until you remember that I said I needed 14. I'm out of wood. Suppose I could just glue that together. Yeah. There. Ah, piss. Well, I have the wood. I just can't get it out. Come on. Ah, thank you. garbage over there. God, do I ever need to clean. There it is. Bingo. All right. Try to do this one-handed without destroying my extension cord. There we go. I'm gonna leave that out here. It's been pretty proven. What is that? All right. It's been a pretty proven useful tool for just leaving outside. Oops. Damn it. There's all the old carpet. Should probably scrape this thing off a little bit, huh? You know, before I went out and bought all this wood, I had a ton of pressure treated stuff, and I went out and bought these actual studs because they say not to use pressure treated in your house, but there is actually a way around that, and that's if you just go ahead and do it anyway. Alrighty, that's the first wall done. I've got the pressure treated wood staggered in there in the center. That makes me think it'll prevent warping. In all reality, you actually should not use pressure treated wood in your house because it can off gas, and also it's prone to warping, but I did it anyway. So that's where we're at. Get this pushed back to the wall. Oh, look at that. What a nice wall. Just don't fall over. Is that too tall for a half wall? I don't think so. It's comfy. I dig it. I think that's good. I'm gonna pull out this mounting stuff for the floor trim. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and get this bolted down to the floor and the wall. All right, well, I haven't gotten it screwed into the floor yet, but this is the reason why we're putting up that wall right there. It's gonna be an anchor. And I'm really glad I did that now. I'm sure it'll get stronger once this is screwed to the floor, but you never know. I'm glad I planned for this. Time to get the second wall built. Alrighty. Walls are up. They're all square and level and everything's pretty. Now, I'm gonna go into the basement. The reason I didn't screw it into the ground yet is I haven't scoped it out, see if there's electrical that needs moved or anything. But I got a joist here. I got a joist here, so it'll be the one right after where we put in our new line. It's time to go check that out. All right. Speaking of which, how's this doing? Fucking awesome. Nice and dry. Nothing's leaking. Beautiful. Could not be happier about that. Anywho, oh crap. There is a whole bunch of electrics down here. All right, so that's about 2 feet. Wow, that bit of the subfloor is just fucked up. Luckily, that's where there's a bunch of concrete, so that's okay. I'm gonna go plow a few screws through, see where they end up, and we'll come back down. All right, I sat here looking in the one with the hole in it for quite a while. Couldn't find any screws come through. And then I realized I'm in the wrong one. It's just this one. So I don't know how I missed that, but I'm gonna miss this section of studs. Not that these screws even come down far enough to interact with those. I'm just gonna miss it because running down, there is nothing else. Go down roughly 12 feet. We got the hot tub wiring, and that's about it. So for this channel, we're set to jet. So I'm gonna plow all these screws through, and then we'll come figure out where our 4-foot section is, and then we'll go from there. Okay, where did we end up? Where are even my screws? Here they are. Where the hell are we? Is that one of my screws? I think that's one of my screws. Okay, I think we're right there. Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know why those are shorter than the others. Not like I went down less. As long as we're not... Oh shit, well, what the hell is that? Oh, you know what? Those are the screws for the flooring. That's why they don't go down that far. I bet you we stop right there. I'm gonna plunge a couple down through there, and then we'll see where we end up. All right, there are my two that come this way. Hot tub wiring's hanging out down here. So we're good to throw as many screws as we want down. Awesome, we'll get back upstairs, finish throwing screws in, then we're good to go. Well, that's where the wall will sit. She's nice and stout, kinda. I think it'll get better with sheetrock on it, but I think the last thing I'm gonna do is figure out where the boxes need to go for the outlets. Throw the outlets in. I'm not gonna wire anything up because I don't have sheetrock, and with the cats, I'm just worried that they might start chewing on stuff they're not supposed to chew on, and then I'll have a little carbon pile on my floor. But we're gonna hang the boxes, and we'll call it good there. Sweet, good construction, good video. All right, see you later.